Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Carl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast Radio.
Well, Voicebots are being used by businesses to streamline operations and to cut costs. But how do you minimise the issues arising from them? Our next guest has the answer. Tomas Piacek from Klearcom joins us now to explain how the company validates Voicebots. Tomas, before we discuss Klearcom and its expansion plans, I'd like to get an insight into your own career.
Good morning, Carl. Thanks for having me. Yeah, look, in terms of my background, Carl, look, I'm originally actually from Slovakia, but I moved to Ireland over 19 years ago. And look, funny enough, when it comes to my career, I kind of started in the hotel industry in the five-star Cliff House Hotel in Waterford. And look, but at the time, I always knew I wanted to, let's say, move towards the high-tech and or enterprise software space. But my next steps went to the advertising space, and straight after I spent 5 years with a software telecommunications company in Waterford, and where I head up the sales side. And then I moved to Dublin to Salesforce to head up the sales operation for Central Eastern Europe and emerging markets. And then after that, really the Klearcom journey started,
In 2019, Liam Dunn and Satish Bharat established Klearcom. What problem were they trying to solve at that particular time?
Yeah, look, I suppose, if I look at it from a perspective of, today customers, don't complain, they switch, right? And the result, the global switching economy today is worth 6.6 trillion, to give you a stat on that. And from actually Accenture, from the recent research, and this means really the companies are losing 6.6 trillion in existing business every single year. So what we understood really at the time was that, and the industry that where we worked in before was where the companies are moving towards. So it was actually towards the Voicebots itself. So it was about getting ahead of these, let's say, outages, and how can we help these multinational companies to get ahead of these outages before they become, let's say, customer and brand impacting from their perspective. And that's really the problem we wanted to help to solve to these companies.
So fast forward to 2022. Now, what services does Klearcom provide today?
Yeah, look, in terms of services, we provide a SaaS software testing platform really that helps multinational companies globally to really proactively test globally their interactive voice response systems, their voice bots, and get ahead of outages before they become, customer impacting. So rather than, these companies waiting on frustrated customers to tell them that there are issues in any of the global markets, if it's in Germany or Japan, for example, with Klearcom, they are the first to know because us and using our SaaS testing platform, really.
So what is a VoiceBot and how does it work?
Yeah, so look, a VoiceBot is really like, if you think about it as an IVR, so interactive voice response system, right? So it's a telephony system that is combined with pre-recorded messages, so text-to-speech technology. And really, VoiceBots are, if you think about it, when you ring, for example, Aircom in Ireland, and you're asked, to press 1 for sales, 2 for support. And you can have these, let's say, audio messages in different languages. And that's what really the voice bots are, which helps you to navigate to that agent as quickly as possible.
So when you're approached by a company that wants to explore introducing voice bots, what process do you bring them through?
Yeah, so the process that you will bring through is really that you need to kind of discover what the company has in place right now in terms of their architecture, their setup as well, and to understand, for example, the challenges, the problems they are facing. And from that perspective, you can apply certain, best practice and how the platform, for example, is used across our other customers. And from that perspective, you apply that and try to, help to these companies to apply our platform across their environment.
And what's the call drop rate like where companies are using voice bots?
Yeah, look, it depends really, let's say per industry or per sector as well. But look, from our experience, I think it's 4% of issues or call drops happens, on daily basis, for example. But to give you maybe a stat in terms of multinational contact centers, downtime issues goes up to 500,000, per hour. And, these problems are, increasing due to dynamic environments being, reconfigured daily. But the bigger issue is that when these issues, these problems happen, these, multinational contact centers, they have no idea these issues are happening in the background. And as a result, that results in, poor, customer service or, losing the customer, without them really knowing.
And apart from call and contact centres, what other industries and sectors are now commonly using Voicebots?
Yeah, so it's across all the industries, really. Like if it's across, let's say pharma or, financial payment industry, high tech end, or even just, call centers themselves. They're trying to really, ensure that the customer experience is smooth as possible across the board for their customers without any complications. But the other additional issue to that is that, they spend, millions of billions in terms of their architecture. But the issue is that as well that it comes with problems as well. And that's where even Klearcom steps in to help these companies, to be ahead of these issues and help them with this kind of digital transformation across the board as well.
And are you finding that your own clients are also making savings when it comes to staff costs when they implement Voicebots?
Significantly as well. Like it is well because of the setup and because of the COVID, how everything has, been accelerated because of COVID, where, agents, for example, don't have to be, let's say, sitting in the call center themselves, but they can just work remotely. So acceleration of the Voicebot has been, really key across the past, let's say 2-3 years because of COVID.
So talk to me about the technology that underpins this business.
Yeah, so look, in terms of the technology, the technology is quite new, even into the market. So it's about really educating, the industry or the companies. How can we really help them? And architecture and the setup the companies have in place is really, complex. And for them to really see something like that, like Klearcom have in terms of its product, it's really a game changer. So the technology is a real game changer, and the beauty of the platform or technology is that it can be rolled out significantly so fast globally for any client, with no installation or setup as well in terms of that.
Now, you touched upon COVID a second ago, and we all heard the reports on media over that period in relation to call centre waiting times. That must have been a great opportunity for yourselves.
Yeah, and look, that was let's say what really helped our business to really boost and get a lot of traction because of that as well, because everything has gone remote, and even if you think about meetings have been removed, let's say from person to person, everything has been online because even conferencing and things like that. So it's really driven the expansion of what we are doing today, and it really helped us to get where we are.
And what are the common problems that you encounter with interactive voice response software?
Yeah, so look, it's really a complex system. So if you think about it, these systems are set up in those local markets, and really these companies have no idea how to really test them, and rather than someone really as you or me dialing them manually. But with our platform, they can really do it automatically. So, for example, the problem can be, anything from, Voicebot is not recognizing or that the intent is not working. So if you're trying to, let's say support, and the Voicebot doesn't recognize, let's say, your accent or, your text-to-speech, for example, or additionally to that is that calls gets abandoned within you trying to navigate to the agent itself as well. So all these issues, if it comes to call abandoned or audio quality is degraded and is affecting your experience with that company. And so these type of issues really,
Tomass, last December, Klearcom raised €800,000 and there are plans to secure a further investment of €4 million by the end of 2022. How will this be used to grow the business?
Yeah, so look, everything will be, used towards, grow the company across all the departments, but also towards our global expansion. So towards the end of the year, we are looking to open an office in New York. while also grow significantly, help, looking at different areas of our products where the product can go, but also hiring across multiple departments when it comes to marketing and sales, most importantly, but also keep evolving our product and looking at different areas as well.
And Tomas, is this business being built to sell it or to keep it?
Definitely sell it. That's 100%. So what we are thinking of here is about really the exit, down the line. And but all for now, it's about keep improving the product and keep driving the growth. And 100% it is about looking for the exit down the line by another multinational organization that is within the space really.
And if there's anyone listening to this morning's show and they're considering starting a technology company in the artificial intelligence space, what advice have you got for them?
Yeah, look, if anyone is looking to start this industry, especially within the artificial intelligence voice bots, it's very exciting, and there's a lot of happening, and the opportunity is really huge, and that's what we are really so excited about in Klearcom because of the opportunity that is out there, and from our experience, we know where we need to go with this, and it's just about my recommendation would be if anyone is thinking of that, the opportunity is there. It's just about having that idea and the drive really and really understanding the problem they want to really solve.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Tomas Piacek from Klearcom, and I'd like to thank Tomas for joining us on this morning's show.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Carl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast